Pit Car Wars in half an hour on BBC One. First, a high-speed trip along the information superhighway.
Hello and welcome to the future. This is a Tomorrow's World WebWise special to put you a click ahead in the internet revolution. Live from BBC Future World here in Bristol. Meet the electronic clone. It's a perfect copy of you with a mind of its own. The internet on your mobile phone. So good you can watch video on the move. And the coolest kit to make you an internet star on your own web page. Every second of every day, a new user logs onto the internet somewhere on the planet. You can do it here at Future World, the BBC's glimpse of the digital future.
And that's why we're here with the help of WebWise. Yeah, we're going online with our very own net novices, the Goodmans, who'll be straight in at the deep end with some internet challenges.
And if talk of emails, websites and search engines sounds like a foreign language to you, don't panic. That's where the WebWise campaign comes in. It's your chance to get a free internet taster session.
So if you reckon you're ready to go online for the first time, ring us on 0800 100 900. That's 0800 100 900.
You won't be alone. There are already over 330 million people online out there, and some of them doing it in real style, like Elliot here. Now, he's kitted out to play this online game of the future with literally hundreds of other players all over the world in real time. Looks exciting, Elliot.
Yeah, it's really exciting stuff. I'm just getting set up to play some games online now.
We can watch some of Elliot's competitors here also online thanks to a web camera that we've set up in a cyber cafe somewhere in London. You can see the tiny little picture here on this picture. And there they all are trying to beat our champion. There is his medals. He's got a gold medal or two. What's it like, Elliot?
It's really good fun, battling your way through all these different countries and different players all over the world on an inline game.
And you've got special glasses which show you the picture in 3D, and
yeah,
this very interesting chair here which sort of strobes or something. What's it do? It
makes you feel like you're in the game. You hear rockets fire past you, and you've got this 3D sound, and everything explodes with you.
It pulsates.
Yes, definitely.
Now, the World Wide Web isn't just for serious netheads like Elliot. It's for absolutely everybody.
That's right. I'm here in our digital area with our local family ready to take up the challenge of the internet. Meet the Goodmans. This is Judy and Mike and their sons, Matt and David. Hello.
Hello.
Excellent. Well, we've got some challenges for you guys to get on with today. We're going to start with you boys. Now, you've had plenty of experience on the internet, haven't you?
Yeah.
OK, so where have you mainly used the internet?
In school.
Yeah, school, doing projects and things.
Well, we thought the web would be too easy for you guys, so we've set you a task that involves creating a special email to invite people to a Halloween party. We want it to be as exciting as possible with music and graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
you can get to that.
Okay.
Now, Mum and Dad,
Hi.
you really haven't ever been on the internet before, have you?
Not at all.
Not at all. No.
Never, nothing. Well,
no.
we've got some good challenges to get you started. First off, how much do you know about your surname?
Not very much, but we know it has connections with Birmingham.
With Birmingham. Well, we
Yeah.
want you to investigate the ancestry of the name Goodman. We want you to find out if there have ever been any famous heroes or villains
Sure.
in your past.
Yeah.
That's your task.
Excellent.
And Mum, we want you to try and find and book a romantic weekend away for the two of you.
Exciting.
Now, if you manage to book it during the time when we're on air, then you can have 250 quid budget for your
Lovely.
trip.
Sounds
if you
great.
don't, you're going to be at home with the kids.
Oh, like trick or
Sorry.
treating.
So get to it now. You won't be alone. We've got Bill here to help you get started. He's our WebWise guru. We've got everything we need, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely. We've got a number of internet-connected computers. We've downloaded some software they might need, so really, everybody's ready to go.
Fantastic. Well, go for it. Good luck.
The trouble with the web is that when it's busy, and it's very busy at this time of night, it can be very slow. But help is at hand. A new technology called broadband is going to mean super fast connections. The only hitch is you're going to have to hack your way through a jungle of jargon. Megabytes, kilobits per second, WAP, ADSL, broadband. The internet seems to weave its own web of boggling terminology. Pardon me asking, do you know what ADSL is?
ADSL?
Yes.
Afraid not, no.
I have no idea.
ATSL, it sounds like a brake system.
ADSL, transport company, is it?
Well, we've come to visit one family in North London who know exactly what ADSL means. Actually, it stands for Asymmetric Digital Subscriber Line. But it's not so much for the Hegartys what it's called that matters, it's what it can do for them.
It really just makes the internet a lot easier to use. It's always there, it's much faster.
I think you can get a lot more games much quicker, and that it's fun, really.
ADSL is one of several types of broadband line which give you a much faster web connection. Clever modems at both ends of your phone line squeeze up to 20 times as much data down it, meaning pages can pop up almost instantly. You can also get broadband down a cable TV line. BT's been testing its ADSL service with its employees at home. The Hegartys have been using it for a year.
If you're just using the computer for something else and you want to just check something out, within really 5 seconds you're looking at what you want to be looking at.
It's always connected to the internet.
It's always connected.
With ADSL, there's no logging on to the net. It's there all the time. And all the family use it, even 2-year-old Kieran. Broadband lines also open up a whole new world of possibilities, because for the first time you can get good quality TV pictures over the web. We've set up a Tomorrow's World test to show you just how much difference a broadband line actually makes. Now, this computer is connected to the internet on a standard telephone line, while this one is using an ADSL line. On each of them, I'm now going to call up a favourite moment from the last Tomorrow's World WebWise programme, when Steve Redgrave, the Olympic record-breaking rower, was racing lots of other people live on the internet. Now, here's Steve rowing here. Who's rowing against him and where?
Steve is rowing against 6 other competitors from the United States.
Well, now we've got them both up and running, and you see that this picture really is quite impressive. The broadband does give it almost complete video quality, unlike the standard telephone line, which, as expected, is very blurred and jerky. Portuguese Luis Reis is coming in. So there's Steve. Well done, Steve. How about it? Broadband is just coming in. That means that at last we'll be able to start watching TV and films in real time over the internet. But could we ever do this kind of thing on the move? Well, in fact, our mobile's already being transformed by something called WAP. Do you know what WAP is?
No, no idea.
You must be in the digital divide. I'm the other side of the digital divide, I think.
WAP?
Yep, that's the internet phones.
Bingo. Yes. Thank you very much. It stands for Wireless Application Protocol. It means that I can load down into my phone cut-down text versions of the internet, just like that. So if I fancied some sailing, say, I could go to the Met Office site to look up the weather tomorrow in Southampton. It's quite a lengthy and fiddly procedure. But eventually, there we go, maximum 21 degrees. Perfect for a bit of sailing. All very useful, but that little cloud symbol is about as sophisticated as it gets. Current mobile links can't even cope with photos, let alone video. But that's about to change. What you're seeing here is extraordinary. Michelle has left her young children with their older cousin, but for extra reassurance, she's able to watch a live picture of them down her mobile linked to an organizer. The pictures are taken by this little camera here, and then they're cleverly squeezed down by an ingenious piece of computer software so that they can go through the internet to a mobile phone line. And here's an ordinary mobile phone receiving those pictures and then pushing them by infrared link into this little screen display here. It is really quite remarkable that Michelle can look at these pictures of her children right now through a phone line. Bit jerky, the picture, but remarkable all the same. And the idea is that the screen and the telephone will, within the next few months, become one unit that you can hold in your hand. And this technology will really come into its own as the mobile networks improve. Within months, the next generation of mobiles will allow much smoother pictures. And in a few years' time, what's called the third generation will finally give you broadband quality on your mobile phone. It'll mean a future where we're able to watch TV and video clips down an internet phone wherever we may be. Broadband services are being launched by at least a dozen internet companies as we speak, but it won't come cheap. It could cost you up to £50 a month. Now, welcome to the future of radio. Looks a bit like an old-fashioned radio, doesn't it? All these lovely big buttons and dials and this and the other. But this is no traditional radio. You just plug it into the phone line direct, like a computer, like that, and it works like an internet radio does. Now, what is an internet radio?
Live from Future World, this is a Tomorrow's World Webwise special. Let's get radio online.
Well, you may well recognise the voice. Yes, it's Mark Goodyear from Radio 1's very own Top 40 show. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Peter.
Now, what is this internet radio?
Internet radio is a way that you can listen to a radio station from anywhere in the world. Radio 1 and all of the BBC national stations get hundreds, thousands of emails a day from people who are listening all around the planet. And they're listening because the radio they get over the web from the BBC is different from what they can hear at home. And the same works for us in reverse.
How many stations do you get hold of?
Well, right here is a list of about 9,000 radio stations on the, available on the internet now, from China to Hong Kong, Indonesia, Japan, Kazakhstan.
Amazing.
Superb stuff.
Extraordinary. And can we get one?
We could get one. What kind of music do you like?
Oh, jazz.
On this new gadget here, we can scroll down through all sorts of music, and it's searching for radio stations which will provide your music choice. So let's get down here to jazz.
Right.
Press select. We'll get some smooth jazz. Will that suit you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. A station in Washington, D.C. here. If we press the button, wait for it to connect, and we'll be hearing this pretty much as they're hearing it in Washington, D.C.
So this is as if I was in Washington, D.C. with an FM radio right by me. I mean, it's as close as that,
yes,
the real source of the music.
And depending on your connection speed, it's not bad. You know, this is possibly a little bit better than AM. As you get to broadband, it'll become like CD quality.
And how soon will this happen?
This is out here in about 6 months.
Amazing. Thanks, Mark.
Pleasure.
Well, if you don't fancy an internet radio, what about one of these? This is an internet phone with a great big screen that you can use as a browser. It's got a nice telephone handle here for chatting to your mates. And if you don't fancy that, you can use it as a scanner as well. See, you don't even need a computer to get on the web. Now, how are the Goodmans getting on with their challenges? Now, we asked you to trace the ancestry of your name. Where have you got to?
Well, I've made some good progress. I said that we had some connections with Birmingham, so I got up the page for the famous BSA company, Birmingham Small Arms,
oh, yeah?
Who currently used to make motorcycles. And if I scroll down the page,
look at that!
lo and behold, there's
Bertie
the name.
Goodman. Never met him?
No, I'm not sure if that is the right ancestor, but it's certainly...
on the right track?
Absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, as Judy and Mike are discovering, you can do all sorts of stuff on the web, but it can be a bit impersonal. Wouldn't it be lovely if it had a nice, friendly face? Well, welcome to the world of 3D virtual beings. Deep in cyberspace, Anya Sitaram investigates.
It's the latest fashion on the internet, virtual people. They're called avatars, and some programmers claim they can electronically clone a human being. The challenge for computer programmers is to make these new inhabitants of cyberspace truly intelligent, clever enough to carry out one-to-one conversations with you over the internet, so you think you're talking not to a computer, but to a real human being. The latest breed of programmers claim to be able to make an intelligent avatar, an interactive electronic clone of a real person. So will it work on me? To make my cyber clone, I've got to get myself scanned into a computer, and to do this, they're capturing hundreds of images of me using a digital camera.
Once we've taken the digital photos and the scans of Anya, we take it into a 3D package. We created this mesh from the imaging process that we use. This is what the final mesh looks like that we end up animating. Once we're happy with the 3D virtual mesh of Anya, then we get the face and we have to manipulate it, sort of wrap around the mesh in the correct format. Once we're in this stage, it's a case of putting the textures on for the clothing and then working on the animation.
Can you tell me your Christian name?
Anya.
And can you tell me your current place?
Now my image has been copied, it's time for the difficult bit. To capture my personality, I'm asked two sets of questions. The first set is designed to discover facts about me.
Now, what I need to know is about your hobbies and interests.
I'm actually writing a novel.
The first set of questions is set, and she has to answer every single one of them. The second set is generated from what she tells us in the first set of questions. Do you eat a healthy diet?
Mostly. The second set of questions are designed to discover my opinions and emotions.
Social or antisocial?
social.
Which do you think is most intelligent, dolphins or chimpanzees?
Chimpanzees. After answering hundreds of questions, the information I've given is collected together in order to make my avatar's personality.
Have you enjoyed being cloned?
Slightly scary. All the information which makes an avatar think is contained within something called an electronic hub, loosely modelled on the workings of a human brain. The information is divided into two separate areas: personal details about me and specific facts. The fact databases could contain encyclopedias, dictionaries, or even the complete works of Shakespeare, while the emotional set contains information about who I am and how I feel and think. When a question is asked, the system checks all possible answers, facts and emotions, and then constructs an answer. In the future, virtual characters contained within e-hubs and existing in cyberspace will be able to talk and learn from one another without any human interference whatsoever. Well, I have to say I'm both curious and apprehensive about meeting my internet clone. So here we go. That, I have to say, is very strange. Now, Anya, let's ask you some questions. What do you do?
I am a television presenter, and I work on Tomorrow's World for the BBC.
An American television presenter.
Hi, would you like to ask me some questions?
There are several versions of me on the internet, as you can see here. This is a more two-dimensional image, but this one knows all about me, so I'm going to see just how much of a clone it really is. Do you think the internet is a good thing?
Yes, it carries a lot of information and helps to make the world a smaller place.
What are your happiest memories?
Getting married and having my children.
Now, so far, my clone has come up with responses that I gave to the question, and the answers are right. But now I'm going to test her by asking her questions that she doesn't know the answer to. What? Using the information about my likes and dislikes, my avatar should be able to create its own response.
Good food and good company.
Pretty good, really. Or even give an opinion. Who will win the US election?
I think Al Gore will win.
I have to confess that I found the whole experience of being cloned rather disconcerting, because there I am now, immortalised in cyberspace. And who knows, characters like these could one day develop lives of their own, because their databases have the ability to constantly absorb new information.
Well, it's actually some way off all that, but this is much closer to hand. It's called a digital mask, and this is mine, as you can see. Looks pretty realistic, doesn't it? Yeah, he agrees anyway. You'll be able to get your very own free virtual head like this just by sending in 2 digital photographs, one side view and one front view like that, and then you'll be able to swivel it all round like that. So what can you use it for? Well, you could try on a pair of glasses, your online optician, for example, and I could even make it talk. Hello, my name's Peter Snow. Welcome to the future. If you want your own sneak preview, just send us an email of what will be available, and we'll send you our very own fun answer. There we are, a dashing young star there, whose face you can change in all sorts of ways. The click of the mouse like that. Just bring the eyes out for you. There we are. Look a bit grim. And why don't we finish up with a smile like that? Every home should have one.
Now, one area that's being revolutionised by the web is medicine. With me is TV Dr. Phil Hammond, who knows a fair few things about internet medicine, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of the internet is to transmit really vital, important information very quickly, which could be life-saving.
Excellent. And pedalling away furiously is Professor Jairama. Now, Professor, you've invented this intelligent shirt, haven't you? What does it do?
Basically, what it does is it takes the vital signs through the sensors that are embedded in the smart shirt, and that information is going through the wires here, and some of the vital signs that are monitored are such as the heart rate and the body temperature and my own voice.
Wow, so it's checking you out, good and proper. Fantastic. Now, going down those wires there, Phil's got a very good reason for being here, haven't you, Phil?
Yeah, I'm fascinating this. We're trying to work the professor as hard as we can. You don't actually do much exercise normally, do you?
No.
No, you should have told me that. We'll step it down a level. And I want to see if we can make this thing work. So we're going to really push him as hard as we can and see if our expert on the other side of the world can pick up what's happening to his vital signs.
Brilliant. So those vital signs, heart rate, you can see there, and it's breathing, pretty high heart rate, are going into this computer, and then they're being sent over the internet to a top cardiologist, Dr. Belsky, based in Manhattan, New York. Now, you can see Dr. Belsky here on this monitor via a webcam. Now, Dr. Belsky, can you hear me?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. Now, what are you making of Professor Jairama's vital signs there?
Well, he looks like he's working very hard. His heart rate is close to 150, and he's got increased respiration, so he's doing a good amount of exercise.
That's right.
EKG pattern perception.
He's pedalling away like mad. You can stop pedalling now. Thank you very much, Dr. Belsky.
You've passed.
Now,
It's all right. You've passed.
Phil, what's the purpose of this? I mean, isn't this just for hypochondriacs?
Well, it looks like a bit of a gimmick. You can even surf the net while you're doing this. But actually, I mean, you can understand if you're up in a plane or in a war zone or somewhere, it would be useful. But for everyday patients who have chronic conditions, a chronic heart condition or diabetes, who need to be monitored closely, they would far rather be monitored at home with a bit of device like this rather than travel up to hospital. So I think internet medicine is the future.
Fantastic.
The great thing about the internet is the immediate access it gives you to a mass audience. You can send emails to scores, even hundreds of people. But how about telling millions about yourself by setting up your very own web page? Well, to find out how easy it is, we set Lindsay a challenge to get her own website up and running in just a day using the latest in cool internet kit.
Most of us get on the internet using a free ISP, but how many of us have taken up the offer of free web space? Well, I've been on the internet for 5 years and I've never created anything to put out there for the world to see. But today that's going to change because I've been challenged to create a website in a day using the latest affordable technology. Now, to take my photo for my website, I'm going to use this. It's a digital camera and it's 2.1 megapixels, which means that each photo is made up of 2.1 million little dots. It's not the best image quality that you can get, but it's also not the most expensive. And it's pretty easy to use, you just point and shoot. Pictures are stored on an 8 megabyte flash card. The screen on the back allows you to preview your shot or scroll through and delete the ones you don't like. But if I want moving pictures, now, one of the easiest and newest ways to make video for a website is to use one of these. A digital video camera. Now, this one has got a huge, big screen on the side of it, which means that you don't have to worry about sticking your eye down the viewfinder. And it's supposed to be idiot-proof, so I brought along my friend John to be my cameraman. I want to make a website about how to be a television presenter. I'm recording 2 pieces to camera for my site to show what to do and what not to do. Right, time to get to work. First things first, get the pictures off that digital camera. Now, to do this, there's a reader for the card. Pop the card into the reader. There we go. That's the one. Now, time to get some video onto my website. Now, I've got an advantage here because this camera and this computer both have a system called Firewire. Now, that means that I can send the pictures at full quality from the camera straight onto the computer hard drive where I can edit them. Now, to do that, set the computer to record and then play my video. Well, that was the first time I've ever used it, and it couldn't have been easier. You don't have to spend money on software to be able to create your own web page. I'm using Composer, which is part of the Netscape internet browser, and that's available free. You can download it over the internet. Now, it's supposed to be quite straightforward. There's no whistles and bells. You just create a nice solid web page. But I've never done it before, so this is a bit of a challenge. There are other free browsers, and you can buy more advanced website publishers. This software means you don't need to be a computer programmer. If you can write a letter on a computer, you can make a web page. Now, I want to put an extra bit of text onto my website that's the dictionary definition of the word presenter. And I'm going to use one of these. It's a portable scanner. Just press the scanner on the page and slide it over the words. You can check the text you've scanned on the screen. Okay, it's all there. The text there, the picture's there. It's all working in my browser. Now I have to publish it. Put in the website where it's going to, put in the username, put in the password. Okay, go. Go, little website. It's not working. It's not accepting it. For some reason, the publish button isn't working, but there are plenty of other pieces of software which can transfer files over the internet. That's it, it's all uploaded. So I now have a page out there on the internet. All I need now is someone to show it to down at my local cyber cafe. Right, Adrian, this is my moment of truth. Be gentle, because this has taken me all day. Do you recognise that bakery?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Right
That's up the road, isn't it? Yeah. So what's this one here?
Behind me is Old Spitalfields Market, known to locals as the Spit. Now, in its day at the turn of the century, it was kind of like the local supermarket. So, Adrian, I'm going to put you on the spot. Comparing it with the real internet, proper commercial sites out there, give me a mark out of 10.
2.
Oh no! Okay, given that I made it in a day.
6.5.
I think that's probably pretty honest. I don't think I'm going to be your website of the week, am I?
You might be website of the hour.
Website of the hour, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Now, let's find out how our online computer gaming champ is getting on. There's Elliot firing away there. And here is that picture from London, of the webcam picture in that London cafe of his competitors. How are you getting on, Elliot?
Really well, sir. I'm battling out for the lead at the moment on 75 points.
Not quite. You're in the lead, but you haven't quite won yet.
Not quite in the lead. I'm just off the lead.
And how do you find the equipment? What's it like firing away like this?
It adds a new reality to the game. You feel like you're there, and it's really awesome. It really is.
And what about the gear? What about the chair and the 3D glasses and all?
The chair's stunning. I mean, I do like the chair, and it really does just add that depth to the game. Realism.
Elliot, thank you very much.
Well, it's the moment of truth for the Goodmans. We challenged you guys to book yourselves a romantic weekend away online, only using the internet. Have you managed it?
We have. We found a trip to Florence, £139.
Total price £278. Now, your budget was 250 quid. Going to have a whip round.
Yeah, to get your hands out.
Not having any pocket money for a bit. Now, how was it? I mean, that's an amazing achievement for first day.
It was really easy, actually. I was surprised how easy it was. It was really good.
Are you going to be on the net more in the future?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, well done. Now, boys, this looks brilliant. This is your Halloween invite email.
Certainly is.
Can you hear that? Fantastic. Bit of music there. Now, how did you manage to do that? Because you've got animating graphics and everything.
Yeah, we just downloaded it straight off the internet.
So you got free bits of graphic that you downloaded from other sites?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Well, Bill, is this a realistic thing to do in half an hour, or are these guys geniuses?
Well, they have been pretty good, and they've been working very hard, but they also thought in advance about what they wanted and had the right tools available, and I think that planning really helped.
Well, well done, all of you. Now, if designing your own special emails sounds fun, or you want advice on how to publish on the internet, visit our website, www.bbc.co.uk/TW. We'll be hosting our own special web clinic with Bill, and you'll also find details about all the kit featured tonight. And while you're there, we want you to vote for your favourite websites so we can compile a Tomorrow's World top 10 sites. But hurry, because we'll close the poll at midnight tonight.
Future World's on here in Bristol until the 5th of November and in Portsmouth till the 30th of October.
And remember, if you're an internet novice, Webwise is here to help. If you want details of how to get on a free taster session, call us on 0800 100 900. That's 0800 100 900. And in case you're wondering, Philippa had a lovely baby boy.
Mum, Dad and little Fred are doing fine. Philippa's back soon. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Bye.
Bye.
Up close and personal with Bristol's elite police squad next tonight on BBC One in Car Wars.